Sigmas, have you ever noticed how some women are drawn to you but seem equally frustrated by your presence? You walk into a room, say nothing, and somehow her ego feels threatened. That's the power of an alpha male. What is it about you that makes women's egos shatter like glass? Is it your indifference, your mysterious aura, or perhaps the fact that you don't need their validation? Imagine this. A woman walks into a room expecting every man to be enthralled by her charm. She's used to controlling the room, but then she meets you, a Sigma male. You don't chase, you don't pedestalize, and you certainly don't cater to her need for constant attention. Suddenly, she's confronted with a truth she's never faced before. Her power doesn't work on you, and that is a reality she finds unbearable. When a Sigma male enters a woman's life, he doesn't inflate her ego. He dismantles it piece by piece. Not because he intends to, but because his very existence challenges everything she thought she knew about power and attraction. Today, we're diving into the 6 powerful ways a Sigma male destroys a woman's ego. Whether intentional or not, these behaviors shake the very foundation of her self-perception. As the great Carl Jung once said, everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. And trust me, when a woman finds herself irritated by a Sigma male, it's usually because he's revealing something she wasn't ready to face. Number 1, he doesn't feed her validation addiction. Most men hand out compliments like business cards, eager to win a woman's attention through flattery. They believe that by showering her with praise, they can secure her interest. But a Sigma, he knows the truth. Validation is addictive, and he refuses to feed the habit. Psychologists describe this as a principle that explains why people value what is rare. When validation is constant and predictable, it loses its impact. But when it's scarce, when a man only gives genuine compliments sparingly, it becomes meaningful. Sigma males instinctively understand this. They don't inflate a woman's ego just for the sake of it. They acknowledge what they respect, not what they think she to hear. This disrupts the typical dating dynamic. Many women, especially those accustomed to constant male attention, find themselves unsettled. They wonder, this internal conflict creates curiosity, and curiosity fuels attraction. The Sigma's restraint forces a woman to work for his approval rather than expecting it freely. Instead of being put on a pedestal, she feels challenged, motivated to prove her worth. And the deeper psychological truth, while other men try to impress with endless praise, a Sigma impresses by simply being. He doesn't chase, he doesn't fawn. He remains selective, making his validation something truly worth having. And that, more than anything, makes him unforgettable. Number 2, his independence makes her feel replaceable. Women who are used to constant attention often assume they are the center of a man's universe. They expect immediate responses, grand gestures, and unquestioning devotion. Most men, desperate for validation, comply without hesitation. But a Sigma? He operates differently. A Sigma male has his own world, his own mission, his own purpose. His independence isn't a strategy, it's his nature. This ties into a psychological trait that signals high value. Studies show that people are naturally more attracted to those who are selective with their time and energy. When a Sigma prioritizes his own path over fleeting validation, it disrupts the usual dynamic. For a woman with an inflated ego, this is an unsettling experience. She's used to being chased, admired, and catered to. When a Sigma doesn't play along, she starts questioning her influence. That uncertainty is a direct hit to her ego. Suddenly, the game isn't fun anymore. She's not in control. She realizes she's not as indispensable as she thought. This creates an internal conflict. Does she chase him to regain her power, or does she accept that she can't control him? Either way, the Sigma remains unaffected. He isn't rejecting her out of spite. He simply has bigger things to focus on. And that's the ultimate paradox. By not needing her, he becomes the one thing she can't stop thinking about. Number 3. He doesn't react to her manipulation. A woman with an inflated ego is used to controlling men emotionally, whether through guilt-tripping, silent treatments, unnecessary drama, or pretending to be unattainable. She thrives on the reactions these tactics provoke, using them as a measure of her influence. But here's the problem. Sigma males don't play those games. They see manipulation for what it truly is. Psychologists call this where one person tries to control another's behavior through rewards and punishments. Many men fall into this trap, adjusting their actions to avoid emotional discomfort. But a Sigma? He remains unmoved. If she tries to make a Sigma jealous, he shrugs. He's too secure in himself to compete for attention. If she gives him the silent treatment, he enjoys the peace and quiet. Unlike most men who feel anxious when ignored, a Sigma values solitude. It's his natural state. If she stirs up drama, hoping to bait him into a reaction, he simply walks away, leaving her to deal with her own chaos. This is where things get interesting. When her usual tactics fail, she faces a harsh truth. She has no power over him. This realization shatters her illusion of control, and suddenly the one on unstable ground. A Sigma male doesn't just resist emotional manipulation, he exposes it. His unwavering self-control forces her to either step up and meet him with authenticity or lose his presence entirely. And in a world where so many men fall for the act, makes him unforgettable. Number 4. His mystery makes her feel powerless. Women with big egos often thrive on control. They enjoy knowing they can predict a man's reactions, influence his emotions, and keep him within their frame. It gives them a sense of power. But a Sigma male? He's the one man they can't figure out. This taps into. Studies in behavioral science show that people are more drawn to things they can't fully understand. When a Sigma remains unreadable, he triggers this effect. The ego-driven woman craves certainty. She wants to dissect his mind, provoke a response, and gain control over his emotions. But no matter what she does, he remains a mystery. This creates a psychological state of discomfort caused by conflicting thoughts. Her ego tells her she should be in control, yet she feels powerless around him. That frustration turns into obsession. She keeps replaying their interactions, searching for clues, trying to decode his behavior, and that's where the power shift happens. While she's busy analyzing and chasing, he remains completely unfazed. Unlike other men who fall into her emotional traps, a Sigma simply exists on his own terms. And that makes him impossible to forget. Number 5. He chooses peace over drama. A woman with an inflated ego thrives on drama because it validates her sense of control. She feeds off emotional reactions, using chaos to test a man's patience and assert dominance. Most men fall right into the trap, arguing, proving themselves, or reacting impulsively. But a Sigma male? He sees through it all. This is rooted in the ability to regulate emotions and respond with logic rather than impulse. Studies show that emotionally intelligent individuals handle conflict better, making them less likely to be manipulated. A Sigma understands that engaging in drama is a losing battle, so he removes himself entirely. When she tries to provoke him with sarcasm, passive aggression, or emotional manipulation, he remains calm. He refuses to feed the fire, making her attempts to control him ineffective. And when he finally walks away, leaving her alone with her own storm, she experiences something rare: powerlessness. The Sigma male's refusal to engage sends a clear message. Unlike other men who seek approval or validation, he values his peace above all. This emotional detachment makes him not only untouchable but also unforgettable. In a world addicted to drama, a man who rejects it is truly in control. Number 6. He walks away without a second thought. The ultimate ego destroyer is a man who refuses to be controlled, and that's exactly what makes a Sigma different. Most men, when faced with disrespect or emotional manipulation, either tolerate it or try harder to win a woman over. But a Sigma? He does the one thing that shakes an ego to its core. He walks away. No pleading, no arguing, no second chances, just pure self-respect. This taps into in psychology. People place higher value on what they believe they might lose. When a Sigma leaves without hesitation, it forces a woman to reassess her own worth in the interaction. She's used to men proving themselves, but he proves nothing. And that, paradoxically, makes her want him even more. A Sigma's power lies in his detachment. He doesn't play games, he simply refuses to engage in any dynamic that undermines his values. And that makes him unforgettable. Sigmas, your power isn't in dominance, it's in your detachment. You don't seek validation, you don't react to manipulation, and you don't engage in games. And because of that, you hold a level of power that most women and men will never understand. So if you've ever wondered why some women feel uneasy around you, now you know. It's because your very existence challenges their illusions. And that is the mark of a true Sigma. Having said this, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to join this community of high-value men. Apply these Sigma traits to your life and watch the world respond in ways you never imagined. Stay strong, stay independent, and keep that Sigma energy alive.